Hi everybody, this is Dan Talk Sense, and today I'm going to be doing a review of two exceptionally cheap clones of some well-known fragrances. So the first one is called Pure Gold, and this is by the house of Milton Lloyd. This is a clone of Paco Rabanne's 1 Million, and the second one I'm reviewing is Victor No. 9, and this is a clone of Creed's Aventus. Now this one I've seen quite positive stuff in the community. It is recognisable. You'll see these fragrances on Amazon and eBay. What I'm going to do today is give you my honest opinion on both of these, tell you how close I think they are to the real thing, and whether it's worth you going out and spending a small amount of money on these to wear around the house or socially. So if you want to know more about these two fragrances from the house of Milton Lloyd, then please stay tuned. Welcome back. So as I said in the intro, I've heard quite good stuff about Milton Lloyd. And just to give you a bit of a story about how I got hands on these two. Yesterday I was at a good friend of mine, Neil McIntyre's house. He's currently doing a service on my bike, which is great because I'll be able to cycle into the countryside and show you bits of Shropshire when it gets into the winter months and when we get snow on the trees and frost. And I think that'll be absolutely beautiful because I want to show you that side of Shropshire in the colder months. So Neil's currently doing a service on a bike. He's really good at it. When he sets up his Facebook page, I will put a link to that in the bio of this video. But when I was with Neil yesterday, I could smell Paco Rabanne's 1 Million on him. And I did ask him, I said, are you wearing 1 Million? And he said, now I'm wearing a clone by the house of Milton Lloyd. So he went back into the house and he got these two out, and he said to me, that he would like me to do a review on these two because he is a subscriber, does watch my videos, and I'm quite excited about this because I will review any type of fragrance, any price, any cost from any house, whether it's niche, designer, clone. I am just passionate about fragrances. The smell of 1 Million is really familiar to me because my brother, it's his signature scent, so it just reminds me of being on holiday with him or getting ready for nights out. So yeah, Paco Rabanne has got good memories for me, and I'm a huge fan of Creed Aventus. I own the real Creed Aventus. I've got numerous clones of Creed Aventus. So Parfums Vintage, I'd say, is probably the best clone of it. I've got batch code 18D02 of the real Aventus, and it's still a fragrance that gives me loads of compliments, and I do really like it. I think it's top class. It has been reformulated, and it's a shame it hasn't got the smokiness of earlier batches, but it's still an exceptionally good fragrance. Now I will put the price of these two on the screen just to let you know how cheap they are. But I do know that Milton Lloyd, the cost of these is really cheap, and I'm always seeing them on Amazon and eBay. So I'm just going to give you my impressions of Pure Gold first. So if you look at the presentation, it is like a deodorant can. If I just spray it on, and the way that it's distributed is quite big, so it does come out like a deodorant. And when it actually goes on the skin, you do smell that bit of alcohol, a little bit of synthetic side to it. But for the cost, that's what you'd expect. What's important to me and what's going to be interesting for me is how it dries down and how it develops on my skin. So that's the first one. And you get the vibe of 1 Million. I do know that on the dry down it smells closer because I did smell it on Neil yesterday, so I am interested to see how it develops and how it ends up later. Now this one I'm a little bit more excited about because I've heard good stuff about it. So Victor No. 9. Now when that goes on the skin, obviously you see the same how it was distributed from the atomizer. That has got kind of like a bergamot sort of note in it rather than pineapple when it first goes on the skin. But it's still very nice in the opening. And you can still know, even if I didn't look at the bottle, didn't know anything about Milton Lloyd, I would know that that was a clone of Creed. So, but this is no use to just give you my impression now at the start. The most important thing, as I say, is letting it develop on my skin and letting you know in the second part of the video what it smells like and how close it is. So if you stay tuned, I'll give you an update. I'm going to head down to the shops. It's lovely weather today in the UK. It's about 21 degrees and it's in September. So I'm seeing all these videos, these fall videos, people drop their top 10 fall videos, fragrances to buy in the colder climate, but we're due to get another heat wave actually in the UK, which is really strange, but really good, and we're really happy about it. So I'm going to head down to the shops, going to let you know how they develop on my skin and make a conclusion at the end on whether I think that they're worth going out and buying. So guys, I've been wearing these fragrances for about 3 hours now, and I've had time for them to dry down to get my head around what I think. And in all honesty, it's the first one. If I go onto Pure Gold, you get in the DNA of Paco Rabanne's 1 million, and you get in the cardamom, and it's really nice. And I did enjoy wearing it, and I can still get faintness of it on my skin. But it's £4.50, and you can't get away from the synthetic side of the fragrance. But what I would say is that this would be ideal to spray on after you've been playing football or exercise in the gym and you wanted to freshen up, because it's definitely got the recognisable DNA of Paco Rabanne's 1 million. I smelt it on Neil, I recognised the DNA straight away, but it is linear, and by linear I mean it's like quite thin, and it hasn't got the depth of the real one. But very pleasant scent, and for £4.50 you can't go wrong. But what I would say to anybody that loves that Paco Rabanne 1 million DNA, beautiful DNA, is go out to Next and buy this one, and this is called number 85. For me, this is a better quality clone of 1 million than Pure Gold. This is for 30 mils of number 85. It's just £8. You could go into Next now, it's still on the shelves, it's still stock in it. If you like Paco Rabanne's 1 million, go out and get number 85. This performs and projects for a good, I'd say 2 hours, but it's really good quality, I think, and it's got a bit more depth than Pure Gold. So that'll be my advice to anybody that likes the DNA and you want to get a really cheap clone, then go to Next and buy number 85. Now if I go on to number 9, Victor number 9, this for me, there is definitely a difference in quality between this one and the one I just mentioned, but this is £16. Now this is like Amazon's choice, you know, it's really popular and lots of people will buy this. It is a good substitute for Creed. I can still smell it now, and for me it's really good quality for £16, and when you compare it to other clones of Creed, there's not going to be many that are going to be as cheap as Victor number 9. I'd say like you've got the muskiness and you've got that, it's kind of getting closer to the pineapple as it dries down. At the start it was getting more orange, but now it's getting closer to the pineapple scent as it got into it and as it dried down. And I do think it's actually a decent fragrance, and I actually enjoyed getting whiffs of it when I was walking around. For £16, I think it's quite a solid release from Victor number 9. I would say probably, in my opinion, I would probably pay a little bit more to get Club de Nuit Intense. If you could get Club de Nuit Intense, by our math, for around 25 quid, I'd probably get that one, just because once the synthetic dries down and gets into that fragrance, I think that is a really good solid release. You know, people slate it and say it's synthetic mesh and it's awful, but Club & Wheat Intense for me is probably the best cheap clone of Creed Aventus. But, you know, for 16 quid, you can buy this from Superdrug. Most places will have a Superdrug. I think it's a solid clone of Creed Aventus. For the price, 16 quid, and it had decent performance. This performed better than the 1 million clone. After 3 hours, I was still getting a little bit of a scent bubble. And bearing in mind, I only sprayed it once on my arm. I think this is a solid clone. So I think if you like Creed Aventus, this is an EDP as well. I think it's worth trying and getting your hands on a solid cheap clone. So that is my conclusion of these two releases from the house of Milton Lloyd. If you've tried Milton Lloyd before and you think they're good, they haven't worked for you or whatever it is, you know, I want to hear your opinions on Milton Lloyd. Tell me what you think. I'm always pleased to find and discover cheap clones of fragrances because I just want to smell good at the end of the day, and I'd rather smell brilliant without spending as much money. That would be great, and we all want that. So let me know if you tried Milton Lloyd. I hope you have a really good weekend. I may be dropping another video tomorrow. So let me know your thoughts. If you haven't subscribed to my content yet, then please hit the subscribe button down below and you'll get more videos like this, reviews of clone houses. So please hit the subscribe button and I'll speak to you all very soon.